Hi friends, welcome to Cindy's Corner. Tonight I am making a rice salad. If you were around this past Friday, I had a wonderful veggie tray with some green goddess dip. Let me tell you, that turned out really tasty, and this recipe made about 2 whole cups of green goddess dressing, and which you can use for a dip as I did on Friday. Tonight I'm going to use it as a dressing because I'm going to make a rice salad. And I tried it on some rice this afternoon, and oh my god, this is such a tasty thing. I can also see it on a green salad, but also I could see this on top of some cooked salmon, or something like that. My mind just goes around and around, what to use it on. I will tell you though, this recipe called for 2 whole cloves of garlic, and if you are not a big garlic fan, I would either omit that or maybe just use some white onion instead, or a green onion. And I think next time I make this, I will either use 1 clove of garlic or half a clove. It tastes wonderful. If you like garlic, you will love it the way it is, okay? But it does have a garlic aftertaste. So, if you and your partner are having it together, then no breath issues. But we're gonna get going here. So what I did this afternoon is I cooked this is about 4 cups of rice. Cooked, I put it in the fridge after it cooked to cool down, so now it's cold. And I'm gonna add veggies to it, and then I'm gonna add the dressing to it. Now, this is the kind of recipe where there's not really a recipe. It's just, you're just combining things, and you're gonna combine it to your taste. Okay, so actually, I think the first thing I want to do, let's get my salt and pepper, because that's something you always want to add to flavor things. Okay, now the great thing about this dressing, it has a bunch of herbs in it. So it already has parsley, it already has dill, it already has chives. It's delicious, and the base of it is half a cup of sour cream and half a cup of mayonnaise. So let me just put some salt on here and some pepper. And I'll just toss that around. So I don't feel the need to add any more herbs at this point, but the great thing about this kind of salad is that you can, you adjust it as you go. You're gonna taste it and see, does it need a little more salt? Does it need a little more pepper? Does it need a little more cucumber? What does it need? And as I was going through my fridge, as if you were here on Friday, you saw these containers of my veggies from Friday night. So I wanted to use some of them up in a salad, but I'm realizing I don't have any red onion, and that was something I wanted to add to this. So tomorrow, when I go out, I will go to the store and get a red onion, and I will chop that up and add to this. So, you can keep adding things to it. Okay, so what things I've got here already, I've got some yellow and orange peppers. I'm going to dump that in there. Well, maybe I'll bring this up so you can see how this looks before I mix it. Okay, I've got a bunch of cucumbers that I've diced up. I've got a bunch of celery here. And I'm working on some grape tomatoes. So I'll put that here. And I'm still working on that, and I may add some more things as I go. But this is, like I say, this is kind of recipe where you don't really have specific amounts, because you got to mix it up and see if that's enough. So here's what it's looking like now. So already it's got a lot of color, and once we get that green goddess dressing on here, it is going to taste amazing. So now we're working on chopping up the grape tomatoes. So I just wanted to show you what I typically do with these is I will cut them in half. I put the 2 halves next to each other, and depending on the size of this grape tomato, this one's pretty large, I'm going to cut it into three or 4 cuts. Okay, so I think I'm going to do a couple more of these, and then we'll mix it up, and we'll see, if we got. So basically, you're just looking for a good amount of ratio between the rice and the veggies. Now you may want to have a lot more veggies than rice, or you might be the opposite. You might want to have more rice than veggies. Now, I typically end up eating more rice because I have a rice cooker and it's easy to make rice in a rice cooker. So I do that all the time. Okay, so here we go. Let's take our knife. We're just going to scoop those tomatoes in there. Okay, so before I add the dressing, I'm just going to start mixing this up. And that'll start to give me an idea. Yeah, well, I can already tell that I'm going to need to put more veggies in this. But this is a good start. Yeah, that's already looking, you want it to, I guess the word I'm looking for is confetti. You know how, you know, those confetti sprinkles that people put on cupcakes and cakes. You know, so you want this to look like there's just a lot of different colors in here. Okay, so that's looking good so far. And let me just check the seasoning. Yeah, okay, that's good. Okay, even just like that, it tastes good. Okay, but now we're going to take the dressing. Now this afternoon when I tried this, oh, I want to show you, this does thicken up in the fridge. I made this in my magic bullet, and I was so pleased that that was so simple to make that dressing inside the bullet. So I'm going to put like 3 heaping, let's put 4 heaping teaspoonfuls to start. That's good. You know, I tell you, the first thing that stands out when you take a bite of that dressing is the herbs. It's super, super herby in a really, really good way. Okay, so I'm going to start mixing this. When I mix this together with just the rice to see how it tasted, I just put like a spoonful into about 3/4 cup of rice, and it was really good. So it wasn't like the kind of thing where you have to overdo it with the dressing. This dressing has a lot of flavor to it, so a little bit can go a long way. All right, I can tell already that, so that was probably about 4 tablespoons of dressing to 4 cups of rice and veggies. And I can tell that this is nicely coated. And once I refrigerate this, you know, give all the veggies time to get flavored with that dressing, it's going to be really delicious. I'm sure it's going to be delicious right now. We're going to take a taste. Wow. That was really good. Okay. That is really good. Okay, so there we go. So we have rice salad with green goddess dressing. So I hope you will try this. Let me know in the comments if you tried it out. I'll put the recipe for the green goddess dressing in the description box for this one. And take care, and I will see you soon.